Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the...
Here we go, back man. Sweetie! Ready? Shit. Run.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they didn't let you play.
Now Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Right there, 54 months. Check tight.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. The Eagles send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. This is taken at the 18. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Here we go. Sliding.
21. Check flag 21. Here we go.
26.
Third and short yardage. Prescott looking for Cooper. That's complete. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
They'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Sliding.
51. I know he ain't got it.
Here we go. 47.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to find Gallup here complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
To throw is Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Elliott running right. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Check 52 to mine. In your face.
Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Line. We're going to 53. 26.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Switch up, switch up.
Here we go. 26.
Prescott from the gun. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
No. Going to 54. Going to 54. Line. 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Get in the weight room.
Kill.
Check. 30.
We're going to 54. Why is?
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. This one into the hands of Hurd. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll check that down to Carson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up in.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
I'm here all day.
To throw it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Prescott down. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 30. Three yards that time.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go. All right, hey.
Mike 51. Watch one. Check the back.
26.
Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's third down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Here we go, going to 53.
Hatchet. Alert 3.
3rd and long for Prescott. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Yeah, Sanders now to return. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Carson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
81.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a gain of 34. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Now a give right side. Carson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Under 10. Under 10.
We're going to 53.
They'll run with Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
At the 42-yard
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, kill.
Mike, I'm coming for you, son. Say.
Go to 54, go to 26.
Here's Prescott. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Robbie Anderson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12.
And that's caught inside the 30. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we keep.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
We're going to 54. Why?
Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Come.
Why? Take
3 bud. Take 4.
So that'll back him up 5.
Hey, here we go. Why? Hey,
Let's get this.
where are you? Take
52. 52's the mic. Hey.
2nd down, Prescott. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Mike 51.
Here we go.
Fresno.
10th carry now for Elliott. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 45-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
And bring it.
Check. There we go. Kill. There we go. Going to 53.
throwing. Prescott, and this is incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it's third down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 47.
Check three, check three.
Here we go, going to 53. 26.
Off the play fake, Prescott. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines. That's not approved yet, but you can still use pictures. They've got to send his picture down to their defense and say, you see him? Cover him.
Now Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
Whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
You got tape. You got tape. You got tape right there.
We're going to 54. 26.
Following the interception, here's Prescott rolling to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
46. Go. Get out there. Get out there. Hey, kill.
Check. Crunch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, he's going to air one out for him. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
And they go jet sweep with a former running back, Hurd. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Here we go. Line in. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line in. Watch the screen. Hey, kill. 47. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Prescott. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now fourth down. So on fourth down, on comes the Dallas kicker, Brett Maher. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Maher is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. It's a loss of 7. And now it's third down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Hey, Alpha. 54.
Now Wentz on third down. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a fourth down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Go to 54, go to 54, line. Check, check.
Again, it's Elliott. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Going to 53.
On play action, Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now Sanders. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 28 yards. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
And an Eagle first down.
Wentz now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Carson, and he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack, and he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw, it's Wentz. To the goal line. line, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, we're going to 53.
Hey, let's go. Come, crash. Check pass, check 3.
They go to Elliott again. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Kill. 47.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Well, he's going to go for it all. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
44 yards on the play. First down, Eagles.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. McManus's point after is good, and that will shave one more off this lead. Fielded about a yard deep.
We got this.
At their own 17-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. He's going to look deep down the field, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A big play there. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Cowboys, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside...
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team got it, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the Samsung. Flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad, big presto.